Whoa! Oh my God!
Adult conversation.
Start talking to somebody. Everybody is not gonna connect with you. Just because you like somebody does not mean
They gonna like
that
you.
they gonna like you, and that's okay.
That was a statement, though. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay. Everybody, I like that right there.
You feel me? I need your dick to be damn near as big as my thigh.
Listen, I don't give a goddamn what people say. Ain't nothing like a black man. A big old black man. Like, you need that love in your life. Because evidently you ain't never experienced that. But I'm not going to stop being who I am because you used to fuck up. You know what? It's almost like mental edging. If you think about it.
Listen, because once we break, all I gotta do is pray that we don't break nothing in the house. Because baby, it's going down.
But never scripted. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
What's good? What's cracking? What is happening, y'all? It's your girl Irene K. Simone. Back at you again with another episode of Irene K. Unscripted. And before we get into this thing, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always know when we coming with some new shit. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to bring their ass on up in this motherfucker. All right?
Well, she said. I was sharing the live.
Child.
Listen, I just want to first let y'all know the dedication that we have to these shows. Because we both could be taking a good ass sleep. But we love y'all. And we love the show. And we love being together. And we love connecting. And we love talking this thing and doing this thing with y'all. So even if you're watching a playback, please bless us with a purple and a blue heart in the comments. Of course, share a friend, tell a friend, like she said. Hit that like button. And baby, we about to get. I want y'all to take a seat though. Breathe a little. Get a little drinkity drink. Or
get you a drink.
Yes.
Get your herb of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
Get your pillow. Get you some level of comfort next season.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna do our disclaimer in the beginning, because we're talking about triggers, and y'all already saw the title of the show tonight. And so sometimes you may hit a little soft spot. Y'all know I'm a sensitive thug, so you might even see me. I don't know. We don't know. That's why it's called unscripted. So we hit a button. It's okay. It's okay.
So today's topic is: are you healed or are you isolated from your triggers?
Woo! And I'll make sure I put the link to this video, because usually what happens when we see a video, we be like, you know what, we got to talk about that. I'll leave it in the description box. Yes.
Please do. So basically, it was a video that we came across. I can't remember which one of us came across it. But either way, we came across on TikTok. And I think the young lady had said something to the effect about how she had been going to therapy. And the question had been asked to her, is she truly healed or is she isolated from her triggers? And this is a very good question, because as a person who has been single, what's popping, Mr. Smell Good, always in the building.
Always. You the real MVP. VIP.
Okay. Because so the idea behind this question is, and I'll use myself for an example. I have been single since June 25th of 2020. Yes, I know the exact motherfucking day. It was just that goddamn important. Okay.
So
amen.
Yep.
Amen. And amen. All right. And in working through, my healing and all this other kind of stuff, because I decided to do my singleness very simple, very, very different. Because single Irene prior to this round of singleness was
Lord.
Pimping, bitch. Baby, I'm talking about as soon as a bitch was single, a bitch had at least 5 overseas.
Listen,
shoot.
I'm gonna let you finish it. I'm gonna put a pin right there. Okay.
Okay. Every time, right? I decided to do this time of my singleness very different. Here's the reason I've been single going on 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm almost starting to feel like I'm single adjacent right now. That's another topic for another day, really.
The word single does not mean lonely, desperate, or a fucking cat lady. We still
also
dating this shit. Just because we're unmarried, that's what the fuck that means. Before y'all want to get in y'all feelings about, oh my God, single. No, single means unmarried, but
baby, because both of us still getting the Mario coins knocked out our ass on a regular basis. So don't even worry about it.
Oh,
You know what? It ain't a problem. It be catching me off guard sometimes. I don't be prepared when you do it. I be like, oh, okay, so we doing this today. Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Damn it,
Oh,
Gina.
oh,
Okay,
so
we gonna be
bad.
serious. It's a serious topic. It's a
Oh,
serious topic.
this is a serious topic. This is a serious topic. Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
but in my favorite, it's a lot of stuff I've healed from, right?
Right.
But there are some things, especially with dating
Mm-hmm.
and finding myself in closer companionship with someone,
True.
I've realized that it's some stuff that I thought I was healed from. Then now, bitch, you just ain't been in a situation that somebody can tap that button.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the question
Mm-hmm.
is, once you, because the truth of the matter is, as long as you, if nobody's there to trigger you, then of course you feel like you're healed. You
Right.
haven't had to deal with the situation in for however long, right?
Right. Right.
Um, which is why when some people jump into a new relationship, they don't know how to. If you haven't learned the proper tools to process your emotions,
Right.
when you get triggered, because you're gonna get triggered when you get
You're
into
gonna
a new
get triggered.
relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
the main and people be like, no, they a lot of people think that if a relationship isn't super easy,
Mm-hmm.
then it must not be right. But here's the truth of the matter: you are two individuals who were raised differently. I don't care how similarly you were raised, but y'all were
Mm-hmm.
raised differently. You've had different lived experiences, and now
Right.
you're trying to come together and build a life as one. Guess what? Y'all gonna trigger the fuck out of each other.
True.
Y'all gonna get on each other's nerves.
That's facts,
Y'all,
though.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna make each other ass itch. It just is what it is. It,
That's true though. That's facts.
especially if y'all decide to live with each other or whatever the case may be. That nigga, y'all finna really work each other's nerves. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the question becomes: are the things that trigger you things that you can work through? Are they genuinely
Mm-hmm.
red flags? Um,
That's real
are
good.
they? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, and I can speak from experience, there have been things that have happened that I've had to step back and evaluate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it becomes a question of, is this the same as what I've been through in my past?
Mm-hmm.
Or does it just have a similar hint or a similar hue to
Yeah.
something that I've been through, but it's still a different situation? You know what I
True.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it ain't, it's not that it didn't look like a duck and quack like a duck, but maybe it looks similar, maybe it looked like a duck cousin. You know what I
A
mean?
chicken?
Yeah, it looked like a chicken.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And it threw me off for a second. And I was like, oh wait, that's a chicken. That's a chicken. That's not the duck.
You may be
I'm good.
wobbling a little bit, like your feet look like it, but that's a
You know
chicken.
what I
It's
mean?
okay. It's okay.
Or maybe it looked like a swan and you thought it was a duck, but it's really a swan. You see, it's like
Hmm.
you it.
Welcome
But,
to our thought process, y'all.
right, right. Roll with it. You just catch it's 50 million 11 tabs open, and we just trying to find the music, okay?
Exactly.
But you know what I mean? Like I've had to sit down
Thanks.
several times because the last thing I want to do is to negatively react to a situation and not be able to come back from it.
God, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I tend to take a break. Now, because I live by people gonna do what people gonna do because most people are only interested in the things that benefit them,
Thanks.
right? So there are times where I probably should talk about stuff and
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk about stuff
That's the pen that I got in my head next. Okay, go ahead.
because sometimes I will logically explain away my own feelings.
Hello. True. So here's the thing I was about to say about how number one, I lay it flat. The communication part is key. The communication part is key. But for me, it's like, when do you start having that conversation about that though? Because like I remember it was one point in time where like we talked about this on the show before. It's like, oh, sometimes overly apologizing when you never really did anything. Like you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Like always saying I'm sorry when you didn't doing it. And the person was like, listen, you gotta stop doing that. And it wasn't until we had the conversation of, hey, just want to let you know this is what happened in my past that makes me say I'm sorry a lot,
Right.
even though I might not have done anything, but this is why. And that person was like, thank you for letting me know, because now I know. Because he's like, because then he kind of felt bad because he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry because I didn't want to make you feel bad for, you know. I'm like, no, because honestly, if you don't bring it to my attention, my body will, in a trauma response, keep doing it. But I
Right.
feel like in relationships and friendships, when we have those communication, have that communication about, hey, um this is what, I mean, it could be very surface level too, like this is what kind of happened in my past. Like even to this day, as much as people think I have a problem when people yell at me, and it might not even
Yeah, I
be a
don't.
yelling as far as like "Duh, duh, 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 duh." It could just be like, you know, a loud talk, and something in me still go like, you know what I mean,
Girl.
because of the trauma that I had from my past. And like
Right.
I said, if a lot of people don't understand that, or a person doesn't know that, and you start automatically starting to look tense around them, or you start to get quiet around them, then they're gonna start thinking you acting funny and you not. But all that had to happen at a due time was a conversation. And that's the part where maybe I may definitely go wrong, because I'm not letting you into Pandora's box that quick to let you know about those things.
Right.
I would just hope
Um.
that you would pay attention enough to be like, okay, did I do or say something to make you uncomfortable? And yeah, I probably would be like, yeah, you know, because of blah 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 blah. You know, sometimes I have a problem with a person's loudness, because it could be a man or a woman, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
But it's just because of those types of situations that I've had,
Mhm.
that, you know, sometimes a loud tone or a loud voice, it could be just like somebody watching a football game, and I like still something to this day was still like trigger inside of me. But my question is like, when is a good time to even have those said conversations? Because imagine like you even talking to somebody straight out the jump, and then he looking at you and saying like, yeah, by the way, you know, my woman used to wear exclamation, and ever since then I never would like the woman that wore exclamation. So can you never wear that before? Like you will be looking at him like, okay, yeah, I ain't gotta ever talk to you no more again. But
You know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, that was just like my question. It's like, at what point of your bond, relationship, or friendship do you kind of like communicate about it? Maybe,
Okay.
maybe just when like they keep maybe doing things that are triggering to you, or they do things that something that is triggering to you. Like, where do you have that conversation?
Okay. So I struggle with that answer myself, and here's the reason why.
I definitely do too.
There's a huge part of me, um, and a lot of it just has to do with the way people have shown up for me in my past. There's a huge
Mhm.
part of me that is like, I'm only gonna tell you what you ask, because I
Facts.
feel because I feel like if I tell you things you did not ask, you A, don't really care. So what's the point of telling you
True.
anyway? B, you ain't like, not necessarily that you're not gonna do anything,
Right.
but when I say you're not gonna do anything, like one of my worst things is to bare my soul to somebody, and I'm left feeling like I'm standing alone in a field. You know
Amen.
what I'm saying? Like, don't, if I decide to bare my soul to your ass,
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not looking for you to fix anything,
Right.
but a hug could go a long way. Holding my hand could go a long way. A comforting word could go a long way. Okay, I hear you, I see you could go a very long way. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Right.
And then also there's the other side of it where I'm like, I bare my soul to you, and then the day that you get mad at me about whatever, you decide
Mm-hmm.
to use that shit against me. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, at this point in my life, I cannot,
Mm-mm. And will not.
baby. Don't come for me if I don't send for you. It's the easiest thing I can say for you.
Hello?
Because I don't. I don't think a lot of people understand how vicious I can be, and how often I choose to stay on the side of smiles and happiness and brightness, because it's not because I'm scared of people. It's because
You know you.
that part.
Yeah,
And I personally like my freedom.
me
So,
too. And we talk about that all
but
the time. And
facts.
it's like people don't realize it's like I stay in a place of peace and here's the thing, to go back to kind of what you said. And this is why, like when you were saying, like, don't come for me unless I sent for you. Because number one, I'm never where nobody else gonna be anyway. I literally stay in my lane, stay in my bubble, mind my business, and do whatever. So if you got drama or whatever else you got a problem with, you came over here to look for it. Cause
Right.
I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, K is in K's lane, worrying about K and whoever is in my circle. That's it.
That's
So
it.
if you
That's
got a
it.
problem, you came over here for it. And at the end of the day, it's like, why? And I'm not gonna let you disturb my peace. And
Right.
you ain't got that much power to get me off my square unless you playing with me, my money, my business, my man, or my family. I don't
Don't
give a
play. Look,
goddamn what come out your mouth.
don't play with my man, my money, my food, or my family.
Hello?
You leave them 4 things alone. You good with me.
Cause
But yeah, no, this, and here's the reason why I'm very selective about who I let around me, who I let
amen.
into my circle, who I let into my business.
Yep.
Because when I say child, I have been through the ringer, whether it has been friendship or romantic relationship, and it's a wonder I ain't in an insane asylum somewhere or
Hello?
in jail already. To be honest with you, but it is it is a long thought process for me
Hmm.
to decide to open up to somebody and share my, bare the darkest parts of my soul, bare
Hmm.
the most painful parts of me. And it's
Hmm.
something that I'm still currently working on.
Hmm.
Cause we going on 3 years, and I would say probably within the last year, I probably have been the most vulnerable. Only within the last year. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's to no fault of the other person.
Hmm.
Because somebody asked me one time, was like, "Well, have they done something where you feel like you can't trust them?" I'm like, "No, not at all. Can't say that. It is literally just me."
Hmm.
Because when I say, baby, what I can't do is what I've been through already,
Hello? And won't do it
right?
again.
I can't do that again. I won't. I
Mm-mm.
absolutely 110% refuse to do it again. Um,
Refuse.
because it will. Anyway,
And this is why people don't understand that I am okay with for that reason alone. I am okay with living this life as a single woman. Trust me, I'm not saying that's not my desire, but if that's what happened, baby, that's what happened. Because I am not
right,
about to settle. I'm not about to go through what I went through, but again in the past. I'm not sharing and nothing else. So like, nah. If you
right,
mind, you mind. If we say that we together, we together. At the end of the day.
right. And I actually was just telling my mom about it because we were talking about like dating and stuff like that, and I was telling her that one of my biggest things lately, when it comes to some of the people who have tried to approach me, talk to me, whatever the case may be,
Oh Lord.
I was like, girl, half of them want to tame me. And
Yep.
she looked at me. She was like, I was like, I know, right? Crazy,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Um, and then it's like, other people just want to be able to be associated with you.
Yep.
And it, like, a lot of people have ulterior motives. It's rare to
So
find
many.
somebody who is like, nah, I just want to fuck with you because I
We're
fuck
good
with you.
people, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, we vibe on the same thing and stuff like that. But even when you find those situations, working through your own shit, because the truth of the matter is, baby, we didn't put up guards.
Honey,
They,
fences,
the Great Wall
barbed
of China,
wire.
Okay, the Great Wall of China ain't got shit on what it takes.
Hello?
You know what I'm saying?
Them little bomb mimes or whatever you call them shit.
Okay, the landmines and shit. Girl,
Yeah,
yeah, all
landmines.
that.
There you go.
And
Mm-mm.
the crazy part of it is, and you can confirm or deny whether or not it's the same way for you. The quote unquote work that it honestly takes to get past those walls is not as hard as some people think it is.
No. No, it's really
It's
not.
not.
It's really not. Oh my
It's
God, it's not. And then here's the thing, because you from the outside looking in, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. We both look very complicated.
yeah.
From the outside looking in, I feel like if you look at the resume, just stick with me, sis, stick with me. If
I'm
you look
with
at
you. I'm
the
with you.
resume from a man's point of view, from the outside looking in, we probably will see very difficult. But I swear for Lord, if you really got to know us and you was a genuine heart with a genuine soul, you would realize that the shit was very easy and very
It
simple.
is.
But here's the thing about nowadays when it comes to real genuine connections, real genuine love, appreciation and reciprocation. The simplest things are the hardest things to attain nowadays.
Hmm.
It's like nobody knows how to be genuine anymore. Nobody knows how to love without a motive, without a selfish motive, I'll say. And it's
Right.
like, and that's the sad part. Because it's like at the end of the day, if you come to either one of us in a very genuine spirit, in your truth of your life, and be thoughtful, be considerate, know how to slang that thing. Sorry.
When you right though, nigga. Shit.
I mean, and you come correct. Like you come and approach us in a very genuine manner. You will get a time or a day. It's just when you come in on this little arrogant BS or on a hope dream in a comment, you gonna get your feelings hurt.
Or when you think you running game on somebody,
Hello?
boy.
Or
Let me ask you this.
when you know that we're single but we date, and then you worried about the next motherfucker and how you supposed to trump him versus then how for you to play your role and for how
That
you to
part.
approach us.
But
Like,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. What's something recently that you realized was a trigger?
oh Lord, you
Like
snotty.
so no, I was just saying, like what's something that happened and you don't have to necessarily go into deep detail or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
just, overall detail. Something that made you realize like, oh, I'm not fully healed from this situation. It's just I ain't really had to be in this situation for a minute.
I feel like when it was the first time we disagreed on something,
Hmm.
and he felt strong about his stance and I felt strong about my stance, and I did my normal shut down, no talking, leave you alone, you barely even exist, and don't want to communicate.
Hmm.
Like I shut down. I'm a shutter downer. And yes, that is very much so a trauma response, and I know that. And until that person be like, no, that's not what we gonna do.
Hmm. Hmm.
I need you to tell me, and we gonna talk through it. So I don't care how often I'm gonna have to get on your nerve about it, but I'm not gonna allow you to respond the way I already know why you responded the way you responded.
Right.
Cause I shut down, like literally, like I said, I get quiet and I'd be like, and that goes to the topic of what we're talking about. It's like, are you healed or do you just isolate?
Hmm.
Cause it's just the thing. If you think about fear, so just say if you were scared of a dog, you gonna avoid everywhere where dogs could possibly be. So
Hmm.
you walking around, you ain't got no fear, you ain't got no whatever, until your ass run into one day, and now you scared as all hell.
That's how I feel dating somebody who look
It,
like they got potential.
you do.
No more fucking library.
It
That's
is.
exact. That's exactly what it's like. The
Mm-hmm.
moment you realize a person has the potential to be, I don't necessarily know if I want to say everything you want, desire,
Mm-hmm.
or need,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. But however you want to phrase it, the moment of you realizing that this person has that potential
Mm-hmm.
shit get real scary.
Very scary.
Shit get real scary, and it gets scary for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons it gets scary because you like shit. Okay, what do I do with it? How do I feed it? How do I make it grow?
Oh my
Um,
god.
you know what I'm saying? It's very somebody tell me what to do with this. I don't
And
know
I
what to
feel
do
like
next.
that's the C part. Get to the A part of the anxiety and the overthinking. Like, well, I like them, but do they like me? And why did they? And that be me.
That's me all day.
And they could be very much so showing all the things from the outside looking in. A person would look and be like, okay, well, duh. But to me,
Mm,
I overanalyze and I overthink
same.
so much, and it's like, and I know that's also a trauma response too, because my therapist told me I got a good HMO. Uh,
Come on, HMO.
and I know that's also a trauma response, but at the end of the day, it's like sometimes we have to really just step back and even if we need to write it down, like, you know what, this person does
Yeah.
this person does that. I'm a writer downer. I got notepads all over the place.
Ooh,
Um,
baby. Mm,
because I know I
nope.
overthink, and I do not in this season of my life. I do not want to overthink a blessing, to overthink myself out of a blessing,
Facts.
because I know God has called me into a season of healing and restoration, and I know that's what the season that I'm in. So I got to learn to let go and learn to receive. And that's hard. Cause
It
I can
is.
speak for sis also when we were like, listen, I just rather do it myself. I ain't asking nobody, I ain't doing nothing. Like I ain't, because number one, I've been in the space of disappointment before where I have asked and a person looked at me like I was a dirty dog.
Girl.
And it's supposed
Like,
to be the person that love you. Love you
baby.
down.
Talk to you like you lost all your marbles.
Hello?
Mm,
So at the end of the day, it's like moving forward, and I want anybody that's even watching, even sis, to respond to this one. It's like, because you will almost put yourself out there so they can't say anything to you. You
mm-hmm,
know what I mean? It's like
mm-hmm.
you would present the situation in a way that they couldn't be negative if they wanted to. It's like you already got it handled. You already put the answer out there. It's like, well, what do we for a real man? It's like, well, then what you expect him to do? You done took all possible options off the table, or you act almost uninterested when you know you love them down. When you want to
Gang.
say, "Oh, I want to just grab your face and suck every part
Child.
of your body," but then you want to act like Miss Nonchalant because you be like, "I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable space again to feel disappointed because I know my
So
spirit and my mind want this person." Sorry,
you is all just oof, you just uncovering everything tonight. Okay.
I'm talking
Whew.
about me.
Yeah, I know, but you hit it. A couple of the bullets flew over here too,
I'm
nigga. Shit.
sorry. I'm sorry.
But no, but I definitely 100% agree with that because but that's part of what I struggle with because once again, like I said, I've had so many times in my life where um I basically asked for what I perceive as the bare minimum
Yeah.
um from someone, and it's literally just somebody being supportive, somebody just showing up for me and stuff like that. Because I think one thing that a lot of people don't realize, so I started my poetry journey in what 2022.
Hmm.
95% of this journey I've had to walk alone. And the reason I say 95, let me rephrase 95% of the performative part of
Uh-huh.
the journey I've had to walk alone. Let me be very, very specific about that. And the reason why I say that is because the support system that I had when I first started this journey um, in Florida, as far as like people who were there who
Hmm.
would show up to my shows, flat out told me I don't have time for that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was a friend, not even a romantic person. That was one of my
Right.
homegirls, who was one of the people who was really pushing me to like keep consistent with shit on social media. And
Hmm.
like she was a huge supporter at first. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
She was there during the process of me trying to get my book out there. She was with me with a couple of like interviews and stuff that I had to do. Uh, and then when it came time for me to start performing, I ain't
Hmm.
got time for that. I can't do that. I've had somebody be like, "Well, poetry ain't my thing, so I don't think I want to come hear that." All right, cool, 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 cool. You know what I'm saying? So it gets to a point where I'm just not gonna ask. I
Here's the
pro
thing, and that reminds me of that thing, that quote I seen on Instagram. It said, "People don't mind loving and supporting you until you get to the point where you about to pass them." And it's like, I believe sometimes that that's true.
facts.
But here's the thing: what people don't understand about friendships and bonds, what you can, even if your friend is here and I'm here, or I'm here and my friend is here, it's a continuous learning situation and a building and a
Hmm.
growing. And what you do not understand is when you are on, you and your friend are on a growth path. It doesn't matter what level and to what extent, because at the end of the day, on her path, she could be learning this, but on your
Hmm.
path, you're learning this. Imagine if y'all put both of the things that y'all learning together, and that's what people do not understand. And it's like, I would never look at my friend's face and say, "Hey, well, that really ain't my thing." But that's your friend thing, and that's your
Exactly,
friend. So even if she want to sell bottles of water on the turnpike,
baby.
God
I
damn
got
it,
you.
go over there and buy two or stand with her and pass them out.
Bring her a 10 or something, so she ain't gotta
Hello.
be in the sun.
And that's what people don't understand. It's like when you say you love somebody, whether that is your friend or a relationship, that's what that word means. It means
Right.
your bullshit is my bullshit.
Bullshit. My
My
bullshit is
bullshit
jealous.
is your bullshit. And that's what we gonna do. Because 9 times out of 10, even if I don't understand it, especially in relationships, because goddamn the anime shit, I'm just learning. Because what the fuck?
Baby, I sit there
Video
and
games?
he know the
Fucking
thing.
hell.
Then I get caught up in the shit. I don't know what the fuck even going on, but now I'm caught up in it. Now I gotta figure out what the hell going on because now
I
I'm
be
caught up in the
sounding like
shit.
an old auntie. I'm like, who that child is?
Baby, I have to be quiet. I be very choosy about when I ask my questions because I know it could be a slippery slope for my ass. If I ask too many questions, I'm gonna keep going because now my brain has started. You know what I'm saying? So I
Listen.
have to be quiet and I'll be like, I just need to pay attention for a little while because I know if
Yup.
I pay attention for a second, I'm gonna get the answer to the question that's
Yes.
currently in my head.
All you got
So
to
I'm
be
gonna just
is
be
the
quiet.
person laying there with them, rubbing on their thigh as y'all enjoy what you are learning. That's it. And here's
Baby,
the
'cause let
thing
me
what
tell you
I
something.
say. Oh, go ahead.
Cause what the fuck up part is, you be just laying there because you once again you don't know what the fuck going on. But the moment I hit this number right there, bitch, I am engrossed in this motherfucker. Now I need to figure out this shit.
Hello?
Cause
And
now I
here's
got
the thing what people don't
mm,
understand. Even if I don't understand what my friend got going on or the person that I am growing a relationship with, it's just the fact of the smile and the joy that it brings them.
facts.
So that makes me happy that my friend or my partner is happy because of what they're doing. And then that is what makes me entangled in it. And that makes me want to learn more about it because it brings them so much joy. But
Hmm.
again, like we always say, y'all don't like the people y'all be messing with. And y'all damn sure halfway don't like y'all friends.
That
I don't
part,
know
that's
why you
true.
like, that's why I say, be real with me. If you don't like me with your whole chest.
Please,
Make
please.
it loud. Make it bold. If you don't like
Cause
me,
here
that's
go
okay,
T.
Bookie.
Here go T. If I find out you don't like me, but you still pretending to like me,
Oh,
I'm gonna make
baby,
you
you about to
hate
get a
me.
show.
I'm gonna make you hate
Be like, what's his name? Santana.
me.
Put on the whole show.
Baby, you finna get this whole situation.
Hello?
But um and honestly, you know what? And probably one of my biggest triggers that I'm finding out or I'm leaning into
Mm-hmm.
has to do with um people not showing up
Yep.
or people not taking me into consideration about stuff
Mm-hmm.
because I think and this
That's
is
big for
across
me.
the board type of situation.
It
I've
is.
had such a consistency of this over the last year and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it goes back to probably at the beginning of us doing this is I spent a huge chunk of my life realizing that the people around me only knew a part of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not even a situation of I would well so most of it was because I'm very selective about the sides of myself that I share with people.
Absolutely.
Um, but also it was the realization that a lot of times once someone paints a picture of you in their head, regardless of how true or false it may be, they will never change their minds and there's nothing you can do about it.
Nope. And I feel like people want to believe what they want to believe. Because think about this, you could have a friend that you did the entire world for, right? And they connect with somebody that don't like you. Now, in their head, everything that you've ever done for them
That
goes
went out
out
the
the
window.
window, and they instantly respond and believe a lie that somebody told them about you that don't even like you.
And it's like,
And that's
can you
bananas
confirm
to me.
this?
Exactly. It's like,
Especially when the lie get back to you and you be like,
and people don't realize
did
that
it?
this is what I gotta. I just want to say this real quick. People do not understand. A lot of these circles be so weak to the fact that 9 times out of 10, that if you say something about me, I'm gonna find out. Cause one thing about weak circles, they love to run their mouth. They do. And people don't realize the people that just because you don't see somebody talking about something, talking about it, don't mean that person don't know me. And that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I've ever heard something about myself, it always comes back to me.
Oh yeah.
It always comes back to me.
It's so much information, and that's the crazy part because there's so many things that I know that I just don't speak on.
Right.
Because a lot of times it once again here we go. Are you isolated from your trigger or are you healed? This is the part of me that is 100% healed
Mm-hmm.
because Irene 10, 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
pop off point. Oh, you got beef with me, bitch? Let's talk about it. What's up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Straight to your face.
Mm-hmm.
But you go through so much stuff and then, you get
And
to a
then
certain point in your life where it's like, all right, I got, because your early 20s, sometimes you
you
feel
ready. You
you
ready.
ready because you feel like you ain't got shit to lose. And that time you don't.
But here's the
Outside
thing.
of your freedom,
Here's the
you
thing.
know.
If you could go around and tell everybody else how you don't like me or how you feel about me, but me, then fuck you.
Well, it's fuck you now.
Because at the
Then
end
it
of the
was,
day, if I know we ain't never had a conversation, you don't have my number, we ain't never had an interaction, you done been made a beef in your head.
bitch. It's even worse when you do have my number and you still made a beef in your head.
So if you're not man or woman enough to come to me and say whatever gripe you got to me toward me at our big grown age, then you just like the entertainment and like the notoriety of you talking about me to other people.
True,
Because I
but
swear to God, in all my years, my last 15 years, I ain't never had a mofo step to me talking about they got a problem. I done heard of people having a problem,
oh
but
yeah, I
I've
done
yet
heard
to
about the
hear
problem.
somebody come to me and say, "Oh, blah 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 blah." Yeah, because at the
Right,
end of the day, like I seen on the post, people be, like what he said, people can sit there and talk about you, but they can never stand in front of your face and say what you did to them because
mm-hmm.
it's nothing. You know why?
Maybe,
Because I'm never around anybody to do anything to anybody.
maybe I'll be in a corner in my own little chair twirling my
Hello.
thumbs.
I don't
But
care. Listen, I love people, but I don't care about your business. I don't care what you got going on unless you making my business. That's
that
it.
part. But that's the part of me that I can 100% say is healed because when I say if Irene 10, 15 years ago, 180
Mm-hmm.
degree difference. It was very much I will confront your ass. Yeah, I heard what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I say it to my face.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, babe, if information comes to me and I find said information to be credible,
Mm-hmm.
I will give you the opportunity to say shit to my face. I will
Right.
present the opportunity to you. And you only got and you'll be lucky if I present the opportunity to you more than one time. Because
I
if I
feel like
present uh,
this the season of my life that the only thing that will give me the 10, if you was a person that I confided in and you know that that's like was something that I don't do,
mm-hmm.
and somebody else that I don't even know telling me about my business, I'm probably gonna ready to go to jail. Cause number
Because
one, I don't have too many safe spaces. So if I deemed you a safe space enough to tell you something vulnerable about me or anything, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing it from somebody else, I'm going to jail. I don't even care, you know, deem me half insane, do whatever. Because number one, you playing in my face.
yeah, don't play on my side.
Don't
That's
don't
probably
play in
one of
my
the
face. That's all. That's my whole thing. It's like I know I'm a good friend. I know I'm a good partner. I know I'm a good woman. Don't play in my face. I'm not the person that's trying to do you dirty. Cause I believe in seed time and harvest, karma, whatever the fuck y'all call it. I don't want that type of juju back.
mm-mm,
So that's all I
mm-mm.
say. If you got a bad motive toward me, you can leave me alone.
Please, please
Cause
and
I'm
thank
not
you.
I'm not I'm not seeking after friends. I'm not seeking after men. If you come to me, you came to me. Or it came genuine. You know what I mean? Just leave it where it is.
Right. Now, one thing that I am finding myself, uh, I don't know if this is the turning 40 bug. I don't know if this is just coming off of the craziness of the year I had last year. I don't
Ooh,
know what it
Jesus.
is,
Mm-mm.
child. Ain't it though?
Mm-mm.
But I am very much in a I'm ready for, how can I word this? I'm ready to be in a place to allow myself to be 100% vulnerable with someone.
Yes, God. Yes, Lord.
Right. And the reason why I have to say it that way is because, once again, the 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 control of it is on me. The control of it is not, yes, it's about the other person,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll talk in factuals, right? At
Mm-hmm.
this current moment, I can 100% say someone has given me the safe space to be 100% vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Have I taken full advantage of said space? No, I have not. Um, and it's on me. You ain't got to be so extra and lean your ass out the camera.
I didn't say nothing.
But you leaned out the camera. It was a very loud gesture.
I didn't
Anyway,
say nothing.
it's fine. I listen. We said we was gonna come over here. We was gonna be real, right? Right. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So
Cause
but I can.
because I was trying from you to keep you from saying fix your face. So
Anyway,
either way I get in trouble. So
because
look, I can't say nothing
y'all,
because we in the same boat like this. So
I
I can't say
mean,
nothing. I just didn't want
fair,
to make a
fair point.
face.
Fair point. But no, I can 100% say this person has not given me a reason to say that they are not a safe space. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, Once again, I still struggle with the same reasons I said earlier. I struggle with the vulnerability because
Mm-hmm.
my brain goes through 101 questions of, do you really want to know this much about me? Are you going to feel like I'm trauma dumping on you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to utilize this information to hurt me some way in the future?
That's the big
You
one.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
the big
It's,
one. That's the
girl,
big one.
because and while when I sit down logically and answer these questions about this person, of
Mm-hmm.
course, no, I don't think they're going to use the information to hurt me in the future. Um, no, I don't think they'll take it as me trauma dumping. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do believe that they want to know that much about me. Um, Knowing it logically and believing it spiritually is two different things.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
It's scary though. People don't realize it. I mean, I can honestly say it is scary because I feel like I've been in a place where I thought that I. And here's the thing: I've been in a place where I thought it was a safe space
Hmm.
because it appeared to be a safe space. It sounded like a safe space. It smelled like a safe space. It provided like a safe space, and it masked itself like a safe space for years.
Hmm.
And baby, it was a bed of nails. So it
In a,
although I have definitely healed from that person, I am still healing from my own decisions and my own discernment. If that makes any
hmm.
type of sense, because it's like well, I blame myself. It's like I don't have a hatred for that person. I had to have a healing moment for myself because it's like you know better.
Hmm.
You knew better, and you kept giving this person the benefit of the doubt, or you kept making excuses
Ooh.
for this person, or you kept going off the old potential or the old love that y'all had at the beginning that you realized wasn't even really true. It
Mm-hmm.
was actually him masking.
Mm.
So why are
Mm-hmm.
you still
Mm-hmm.
holding on to something that you know was fake because he was a mask?
Because you keep blaming yourself and you know because you feel like you should have known better.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. It's like when I think about even thinking about like even this topic, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about some of those situations that were traumatizing that has caused me to get to this point. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like I still look back on those moments and I be like, bro, I should have known better. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
And people don't
Like,
understand. Like, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just saying like that's the biggest fight. The biggest fight of a lot of it is more so you releasing yourself and giving yourself grace and
Yep.
forgiving yourself for the choices that you made. Because the truth of the matter is, looking in hindsight, of course you have better knowledge now. So of
Mm-hmm.
course you see those things where you could have made a better decision.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at it truthfully, in those moments you operated with the knowledge in which you had then. And based
Right.
on the knowledge that you had then, you made
Mm-hmm.
the decision that you thought was best. Now, could you have, even with the knowledge that you had at that moment, could you have made a better decision? Of course. That
Mm-hmm.
there's always that option. But the truth of the matter is you made the decision you made in those moments because of how you felt and the information that you had at the time. At some point, you have to you have to forgive yourself. You have to
Amen.
let the stuff go and you have to grieve the what ifs.
I want to say this real quick, and I want to see if anybody else agrees. When people talk about you have trust issues, not you, but just having trust issues, I think the trust issues, honestly, if you think about it, the trust issues is not for the other people. It's at some point we got trust issues with ourselves.
100%.
Because like we just said, it was like we sat there and we was like, oh my God, we knew better. We knew we had better discernment than that. Or did we? It's like so now you start second guessing your own
Everything.
mind, your own brain, your own
Mm.
discernment, your own feelings, your own eyesight. And it's like you would just rather not deal with nothing. And you would just rather go isolate. And like you say, isolate yourself to the fact that you would never be triggered again
Mm-hmm.
because you don't trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So when you people be talking about, oh, you just don't got no trust, you got trust issues. It's not the fact that I got trust issues with a person. It's I'm learning to trust myself again. Cause how
That
dare I? How
that
dare
part.
I? How dare I? Did I do that?
Listen, 110%. I
Yes.
have literally said because somebody, asked me, the infamous question that has been asked at least for the last 2 years.
Mhm.
Why y'all just ain't made it official and da 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 and all this other kind of stuff. And it's like, well, both of us, everybody's in a process of healing.
Mhm.
Like, ain't nobody trying to rush into nothing. I'm not trying to rush into nothing. And then, depending on who I'm talking to, typically the
Mhm.
conversation is, I'm not trying to rush. I've
Right.
rushed into things in my past. And typically, what happens is I ended up going against my better judgment
Right.
and ended up in some bullshit.
Hello.
And I'm not rushing it to be in bullshit again. Like, I need to get to the point of trusting my judgment of this situation, of this person,
Mhm.
um and being able to sit down and honestly say like, no, I can 100% sit here and say that the judgment that I have based on this situation, based on this individual, I 100% like, I trust my decision in it, and knowing that I can be vulnerable with this person, or I can go to this level with this person, or I can do this with
Mhm.
this person. um but learning to retrust yourself, especially because as somebody who grew up with both parents in the home,
Mhm.
and my dad being the man that he is and stuff like that, so it ain't like I ain't know, one,
Uh-huh.
it ain't like I ain't know what a good example was
Facts. We
of
talked about
how,
that.
right, of how a woman should be treated, what the things a man should do, this, that, or another. Um, Also, bitch, I grew up with a bunch of niggas. I know the fucking game.
I'm
You
my
feel
only
me?
girl and the youngest, and
It's like,
both of them was some hoes.
Girl, yeah, you feel me? Shit.
And that's what I talk about. People don't understand how much you have to forgive yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like in this life, it's like I don't have a grudge, and people always talk about, "Oh my God, you just bitter." Nobody is bitter toward anybody. Trust me. If that man was on fire, I would not care. I wouldn't care. It's just the fact that you have to learn how to heal and forgive yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the hugest healing. And people
That's
do
yeah.
not realize that it's like not the desire to not want to make the same mistakes again. It gives you anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
gives you PTSD and
It
everything else. Because
does.
it's like, Lord, I do not want to go backwards because we have done and made amazing progress. And it's like
Right.
I don't want to also get in a situation that's gonna revert me back and unravel all this good work and all this good peace that God done gave me either.
Right. And also it's like I don't want to go down the road of having to be somebody's fool again.
Oh man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool. Like I've said this before. It's like, bro, I'm not in the business of falling by myself.
Hello?
You know what I mean?
I
Baby,
am not
if
trying
we
to be
if
nobody's
we
circus.
nobody's monkey, nobody's clown.
Mm-mm.
And some of it, I ain't gonna hold you. Some of it at this point is definitely pride and ego, which
Mm.
when you go into a relationship, a real relationship, genuine, pride and ego, you have to leave them two things at the door. Um,
Yes, you do.
you do. I know it's a hard process that it is,
Ego is
but
cool, but the pride sometimes you be like, okay.
both of them motherfuckers got to get left at the door.
But kind of to go back to that word you was talking about, rush, and that's why I hate when people even. It's like what people don't understand is that you rushing. Okay, go back. Everybody want their friend to live they happily ever after. Everybody want their friend or their loved one to be in love and to be loved correctly. So yes, that's where our zeal comes from. But at the end of the day, never allow a person to rush you because at the end of the day, the way that you and your partner are progressing, there's still motion. There's
Mhm.
still action. That's what people don't
Mhm.
understand. It's like there's no reason to rush because there's still a momentum going on. And that's what people don't understand. It is like just because it's whatever time frame that you put in your head that you feel like somebody should pop at, don't
Right,
mean that it's that time because at the end of the day you don't know the momentum that that couple has. You don't know the things
right,
that they're building even in their single state
right.
because like at the end of the day that'll be the couple that go from we done made it official publicly to 3 months later that's his wife.
Mm.
And people don't realize that because because think about it, you've built an amazing friendship already. You've already
Mhm.
built an amazing trust. The sex, okay, we didn't even go there. Stop, pause. And then on top of that, you've already have vulnerable moments with them. You already know each other's past. You already know each other's triggers. And you've built this all. And that's why I say people got to stop trying to not be a person's friend first or try to have built that foundation
Well,
first. This is the place where you building a foundation. So
well,
at
and
the
then
end
you
of the
have.
day, when you do decide, think about it. When you do decide to pop out and now y'all in a relationship, that shit is so solid. That is
Right.
so
No, no, no.
solid.
I don't disagree. I'm not disagreeing with you at all about none of that.
Yeah,
Because
no,
if,
I know.
if it's one thing that I've learned in this season is that the term slow and steady
Steady
wins the
wins the
race
race.
is a real thing. And
Mm-hmm.
that was as I was going through my journey because like when I tell you uh from June 25th of 2020 up until what was it like November
Mm-hmm.
of 23. Irene was single. Irene wasn't out here flirting with nobody. Irene
Mm-hmm.
wasn't doing none of that shit, baby. Leave me the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't entertaining not a single solitary soul. And one of the biggest things that I realized is like, bro, I didn't have genuine friendships in my last relationship. I
Mm-mm.
and a lot of it was because I allowed individuals to rush me into saying yes to the situation. Yeah, I'll be
Mm-hmm.
your girl or whatever. Even though when I look back, girl, you wasn't ready to be
Mm-mm.
no solid bitch with them niggas. You was out
Mm-mm.
here for fun. You
Okay, because remember I said hold a pin to that. Let's talk about that part of the healing journey because I feel like it's a part of the healing journey is a roster.
you not listen.
Cause somebody please see this is what I wish that we had like a whole gang of people in the comments. because I feel like the roster is a part of the healing journey. It's a season,
If
Jesus of
if
Nazareth. It's
if
a
it
season of rostering.
if I hadn't gone through it myself, I probably would say, "Girl, you crazy as fuck." But I I'm gonna tell you what I learned when I had the roster, right?
See?
Because I don't currently have a roster, and it is semi on purpose at this point.
I feel like I should put that out there too.
No, because it genuine is it's semi on purpose and it's semi just kind of happened.
Mhm.
And the reason being is I don't know if I've said it on this show. I know I've said it on the other shows, but at one point I don't know how Jesus because I blinked and it happened. It was 23 of the motherfuckers,
Yeah, you said
baby.
it. You said it on this show too.
Okay,
You did.
so
Let's give it up for
you
her
know
organization skills. Let's give it
this is
up.
crazy.
Cause
I don't
I'm not.
know.
I be calling everybody sugar.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is I don't be giving out nicknames. I don't, nigga. Your name is your motherfucking name until
But
I.
that's what I'm saying. I be calling Fred, Tommy, and Tommy John and John
Well,
C.
everybody. Well, see, also everybody had code names.
We listen and we don't judge.
Everybody had one nigga name was heart failure.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a story for another
Woo!
day. That nigga. So,
I don't even want to
but
know. I don't even want to know.
girl, it was a mess. But what happened was, most of these motherfuckers started annoying me,
True.
and I was like,
That's what usually happen though. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
but I
Keep
had
it
to
a buck.
do no facts. But I had to do things a little bit differently because normally
Hmm.
I just cut motherfuckers off and keep it pushing. But
True.
because I knew in this time of my singleness, I wanted to be very diligent about being prepared for my husband.
Come on
You
now.
know,
Come on
um,
now.
I'm just saying, just be honest.
Come
I
on
made sure
now.
the first thing I did was pray,
I just
and I was like, "All right, God," because clearly I'm over here bouncing these niggas like basketballs. So what I
come
need you
on
to
now.
do is I'm gonna need you to go on step in and motherfuckers that don't need to be here, let them
Let them
drop.
skedaddle, Lord. Yes,
Baby, the
Lord.
way that motherfucker went from 23 to like 2 was crazy. Crazy work. I'm talking about. And some of it was motherfuckers just disappearing. Some of it was nah,
Yeah.
bitch, I gotta block your ass. It was a whole lot of shit. And then even one of my biggest things that I consistently pray about now is just making sure that I stay in tune with my discernment
Oh yes.
because it's
That's it
like
right
I
there.
have no problem getting to know someone, have no problem talking to people.
Hmm.
I got a problem with dumb shit.
Facts.
Dumb shit like you sending me a gift in my goddamn DMs of somebody screaming, talk to me. Bitch, I just said, hey. All you said to me was, hey. And I said, hey, back. So I digress.
I just don't want my time wasted.
That part.
And I feel like, girl, why? Okay, check it. I felt an emotion come. I feel like I'm also in a season of my life where I just want God's best for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready for everything that I've prayed for. And I feel like that I have prepared myself mentally, spiritually, and now physically for everything that I've ever requested. You know, yeah, them cold days will come handy. And I feel like I'm in that season. It's like I've been praying more, I've been studying more, I've been sitting with myself more, I've been meditating more, and I feel like God has really given me the circle that I need right now
Mm-hmm.
and this season that I am in. And that's what I really want. I'm like, God, just show me. Just show me what I need to keep doing for me. And
That
then
part.
make me a magnet of what's meant for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
make me just connect with it. So I'ma know I just know without a shadow of a doubt, like that's him.
Right.
Or that's my friend. Or
Like,
that's my opportunity. Or that's my dream. Or that's the thing I need to be going after. Like I needed to hit my spirit like, okay, I feel it. And I feel like the more that I keep building myself up mentally, spiritually, and physically, I feel like it's heightening my discernment in that way where I can feel when shit just ain't right or shit is amazing. I'm like, God, like I really feel like an opportunity just presented to me is like the right one. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's the season that I want to stay in right now. And whatever is lost in that season, I'm cool. And everything that's gained in that season is the plus.
Right. And here's the
Yeah,
thing. And even with talking about like, losing people and stuff like that, some of these losses still hurt.
they do.
You know what I'm saying? Um, Especially when you thought there was a future with that particular situation.
True.
Whether it's a job, a friendship, a relationship,
Mhm.
whatever.
That's true.
Um, you know what I mean? When you plan, the hardest thing to do is grieve a future you thought you was gonna have that you now will never get.
True. That's very true.
Um, and listen, it'd be a hard situation to go through, and most of us take it on the chin and we keep it pushing, whatever the case may be. But that also, once again, it goes to the point of learning, and learning when you're healed or when you just been isolated from the
Right.
trigger. When you can process your shit in a
Hmm.
healthy manner, you ain't out here spazzing out on motherfuckers. You
Never.
not, you're not taking your anger out on
Never.
from one situation out on another. Because baby, I ain't gonna hold you. I still be trying to keep that part intact too. When I feel my tank about to bubble over, and I know all it's gonna take is one minute drop, to send me over the edge. There's, notice Irene be up like,
It,
let me
it it
skip
it
that
take
up
a
for a
lot for me.
second.
It take a lot for me to spaz out. If I spazzed out, that means at some point I loved you and you fucked up. But a regular person off the street, unless you done like did me harm or did my family harm or whatever, but just shit that come out your mouth and I don't know you, if you don't kick rocks, like I said, for me to go from 10 to 20, we have had to like had a interaction or we had to have you done played in my face and I felt that shit to my core.
Right. And that's, but I mean, even with that, even with somebody playing in my face, I've gotten at a better point of being able to handle it. But
Yeah.
like, you catch me when the shit is shitting.
True. Or am I already having a bad day?
Right. You know what I'm saying? But
Woo!
I think that's one of the most interesting things, because back up a second. So we were talking about rushing into stuff, and I think one of the biggest issues is that we live in such an instant gratification society that a
Mhm.
lot of people don't take value in the slow process. They
I like
don't
a
they
lot of
don't
stuff
see,
slow. I mean, oh, I didn't really even. I mean, that wasn't even.
we made it an hour. Okay? We made it an hour.
I'm
Y'all should
just
be proud of
saying
us.
because at the end of the day, think about the love journey, right? And we always talk about this: enjoying the person that you really with, not rushing. Even when you exploring a person in a lot of different other ways, it's just so very delicious. It is like you get to
I
see the muscle the way it really is when it perk and you get to see
Hey,
this
hey,
and you just
focus. Focus.
I don't mind. I'm just saying I like slow. You get to feel it all when you take your time.
Anyway,
I'm
nah,
saying I'm
I
not
know, I know.
sticking to the
I
subject at hand. You get to feel it
know.
all and experience it all if you go slow.
Oh, Jesus.
Take your
I
time.
will
Don't
say,
rush.
you so funny. Hey, all right. Slow it
Yes,
down.
ma'am.
It-
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, um, I can honestly say that one of my favorite things more so lately has been those slow moments. The getting off work,
Mm-hmm.
watching somebody's favorite show,
Mm-hmm.
curled up, whether we ordering dinner, cooking dinner, whatever the case may be, but motherfuckers is eating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Are y'all finding some weird ass shit with subtitles to watch?
I thought it was just me. I love it, man. Listen.
First off, I gotta be in the right headspace to watch something with subtitles, bitch,
Why?
because now you're asking me to focus on too much stuff. And I already have a hard time focusing on the main picture of a lot of things because I be looking at everything else that's be going on in the background. That's the problem with me watching porn, right? Because if you sit there and you want me to watch a porn with a storyline, I'm gonna forget about the fact that they fucking. I'm looking at this dehydrated plant in the background.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking at them. I'm looking at them kids' toys in the corner over there. I'm looking at that spot on that couch that y'all should have cleaned the
I
fuck
am
up.
going to refrain from giving my answer because we're keeping this very.
No, it's out. We here now.
Because honestly, for me, for porn, I think it's funny.
It depends on what the. It depends
I
on what
don't
the
really
situation is.
watch it to be like da da da. I usually could just go to my phone.
They, bitch, that hidden folder is amazing. Self-made
I can
content
go to
is.
my phone and watch the shit I already did.
Okay,
I
let's
ain't
be
got to go to
100% honest
nothing.
about this. Let's be real about this.
Uh-huh.
It is something about being able to watch the shit that you already did because your body refills the shit up.
Muscle has memory, and we can remember that
And
shit.
and we love the rememorization of the muscle. Okay?
And
Because
do, and do.
Jesus. Jesus be offense. But here's the
I,
reason you can't like it's certain shit you just
mm-mm, mm-mm.
yeah, we can't do that's why me and subs like I have to be in the right headspace to fuck with a movie with subtitles. So that I
Mm-hmm.
will be able to like read the subtitles and still catch what the fuck is going on in the goddamn show. Because
I love
otherwise,
subtitle
you
movies.
got you gonna get one or two things.
Oh
Either I'm
God.
gonna pay attention to what the screen and I have to figure out what the fuck they talking about later with context clues, or I'm reading what the fuck they're saying and I have no idea what the fuck is going on outside of what they're saying. So if she,
Really?
I'm dead ass,
See, and
I
I'm
am
the
dead ass.
person. I feel like when I watch a movie with subtitles, I be so engulfed that I feel like I understand what they saying. I know my brain is reading the screen, but I feel like I know exactly what's being said. It's like my brain is so tuned into the subtitles. I get it. I really do. I don't know what it is. Cause I was laughing because even when we had family day, my sister-in-law said the same thing. She loved watching movies with subtitles.
I can't. Mm-mm. Because you got listen. It depends on the day. It depends on the day. Some days I'm cool. I got this shit. I can hit the back and forth. You feel me?
Hmm.
Other days, bitch, you get one of the two. What you ain't. I can't split my brain today. Okay, because
Hmm.
it's gonna be one of the two things. I miss either I'm focused on the action on the screen and I'm missing what the fuck they're saying, or I'm
Hmm.
reading what the fuck they're saying and I'm gonna miss the action on the screen. Either way, I'm probably about to be on my phone in a second because I'm not
True.
focused on this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? But although I find it quite entertaining,
Uh oh.
like no, seriously, finding new shit with somebody you like to spend time with, like just randomly, especially because have you ever opened up somebody's Netflix account and then
Hmm.
thought about what your Netflix account looked like and be like, damn, nigga, we on two totally different ends of the spectrum with this shit.
Yours is all, mine is all like true crime and other shit, and all that shit is anime. Yeah,
But I love it. But it's one of the dopest things because
yeah.
so one of my favorite things is honestly being able to immerse myself
Hmm.
into what other people like, or especially if it's somebody I love and I care about. Hence the reason why I probably take it so personally when I'm not even asking somebody to immerse themselves in something that I have going on.
Right.
I'm just asking for minimal support.
Hmm.
That's it. So you
And then
know,
you never know. You actually start to love it, and you've learned something new. Because that's important for me, is that you can guide me and teach me and teach me something new. Because
right?
I'd never
Facts.
be the person that says that they know it all or got it all or whatever. Like I love the fact when you can instruct me and talk me through some things, um, and teach me how. to do certain other things. So
It's
yeah.
talk me through it, Daddy. Um,
See, I didn't even pause. That was you this time. I didn't say
I don't
nothing.
know. You put emphasis on that. Talk me through some things. So you said what you said, and you meant what was said.
I did. I meant like, some other things. So,
It's the fact that you can't think of other things to name. That is the telltale sign. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
no,
It's fine.
it's like when I have a question about something and, you tell me and, da 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 da. Yeah,
That
those
that
type.
story. That story we're going with.
Yeah, we gonna roll with
Okay,
that.
cool. Okay, cool. I got you. I got you, player. We gonna keep it player. Bet facts. Awesome. Amazing.
Oh, God.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but I love those differences
Mm-hmm.
because I find it so interesting. And I think that's the thing. Like, I understand people who like, oh, me and my partner are the exact same. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that's cool that they work for you. But I like the fact of having differences than my partner because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it keeps shit interesting. Like you
Yeah.
said, you get to show me. I don't give a fuck if you're teaching me about something like if what you're teaching me has to do with anime.
Right.
Awesome. I don't give a fuck if what you're teaching me has to do with neuroscience.
True.
Bitch, I'm loving it all. Because that, like you said, it's something about how they look when they get to teach you something,
Yes,
or they share
Lord.
something that they're
Y'all don't
passionate
understand.
about
And
with you.
they love it, baby. They love it.
I'm like, man, let me come over here. Let me suck the happiness right out of you real quick because
Just,
you look
they
so
little face just light
overjoyed.
up when they showing you something. And
I'm like,
and let me tell y'all a little help or something. And if you knew a part, don't say, "Oh, but I knew that." Or don't just shut the fuck up and let them keep touching
yeah, that ain't nothing worse than that shit. I hate that shit just in general. Like, let me at least finish my statement first before you. Oh yeah,
you.
I knew that
Right.
already. Bitch, I'll bust you across your mouth.
And here's the thing: I would say I like it balanced, though. I like the fact that we have some things in common that we
Hmm.
can share with. I like the fact that we have different things in common that we can teach each other. And then I like it also when we don't know shit about a situation together and we go learn it and experience it together and it be fun as hell.
Love,
And
yes,
here's the
that's
thing, it's like when it comes to those kind of the type of things, it's like this. You either go try it and have fun and laugh. This is how I say how I am. Or either you go enjoy it, embrace it, and it's gonna be a new thing for you. If you don't like it, okay. You just get a chuckle out of it, like that was crazy. And keep
right.
going. Like I ain't
And
never
keep it
went
pushing.
drifting, but guess who took my ass drifting for the first time? She was the best thing ever. Would I ever do it again? Yeah, I would. I would just still do it again. But I was like, oh my
I'm gonna say
God,
no
when you
life.
be in there, you thinking like, Lord, did I pay? Did I say my grace this morning? Because I'm about to die.
We never did post that video, did we? I
I
don't
don't
think
think
we ever
so.
did. I don't know. I don't know if y'all ever gonna get that video. That shit was crazy as fuck.
Man,
We
listen.
was looking crazy as hell in that goddamn car. Real
That
talk.
was fun. It is like I'm like in that when you in there, you feel like you in there for a while. But then she sent me the video, and it's only 2 minutes. I said
Yeah,
that was the longest goddamn 2 minutes of my life.
longest 2 minutes of our lives,
Right,
baby.
but again, it's like when you with a person, whether it be relationship, friendship, whatever, and you okay with exploring different things. You be like, yeah, that's my dog or that's my partner, whatever. They feel like a safe space. You will do it because at the end of the day, you know that person and your friend or your partner, they got you at the end of the day. So it's like just go do it and have some fun. Don't be so uptight. And like you said, either you try it and you didn't like it, but don't just be like, I don't like this. This stupid. Don't ever do that to a person.
I hate this shit.
Don't ever do that to a person.
Irks
Cause
my spirit.
that irks my soul. It's like if that means something to that person, you can sit there and just experience it. Trust me, you done sat through worse before.
You
You done did
probably done
something
made
else before.
somebody else
You ain't gotta sit there and down something a person likes.
right.
That's not cool.
You know, because for a lot of people, it takes a lot for someone to open up and share,
Hmm.
especially if what they like is not what's considered quote unquote norm.
Right.
So for you to be like calling what they do stupid, it's
Yeah.
better to just be like, yo, that's dope as fuck, but it's not my vibe.
Right.
Um, but
Well,
it's a
yeah,
really
like you
cool
say,
situation.
that's a little different from me. But have you ever watched it? Have you ever
Right,
watched it, or have you ever experienced it, or did you even try? Or you just like, oh, now that's just like whatever.
right.
Like,
That's
don't be so close minded. Don't be close minded at all.
please don't. Please don't be closed minded. I try to stay open. Here's my question, and I feel like you touched on it a little bit earlier, but uh, I still want to ask the question. When you realize that you're in a situation that has triggered you, how do you process your triggers?
I honestly go back to, because if everybody don't know, I am actively in therapy because it's a tool that I absolutely love. Um, I actually take my moment and I recenter myself back to the fact where you have to come back to the present,
Hmm.
and you have to say that is not this person, that is not this situation.
Hmm.
Um, and really kind of filter and decipher the situation as it is. Did that person really mean it in a malicious way, or did they? That's just who they are. And
Hmm.
then do you communicate that that was a trigger? Because
Hmm.
sometimes, honestly, a lot of people, like I said, if somebody use a louder tone with you, but not being in a forceful way, but you
Hmm.
feel triggered, so you kind of go to another room and just start sitting to yourself and being quiet, and it's awkward. It's awkward because now I made it kind of awkward because I'm triggered. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like, to me, I sometimes I need my moment. Sometimes I need my moment because I don't want, especially if it's like not something that was maliciously invoked, provoked. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be like, like going crazy. So it takes for me to have my moment. Like, I really sometimes just need, even if you just give me a few minutes just to kind of
Hmm.
be quiet. And that's me filtering. That's me processing. Like, and then I sometimes I have to put into my head, like, no, that person is not here for that. That's something that happened in the past. You're not in the
Right.
past. You in your moment. So to me, it just takes me to have that moment in time that I need.
I can definitely agree with that. I've gotten to the point that when I realize something has triggered me, I have to go through a questionnaire in my head, right?
Yep.
So I need to take my moment and I need to go through my questionnaire. Why am I triggered?
Mm-hmm.
Is the reason that I'm triggered something that this person could fix, or is it something I need to fix?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And telling the person that they triggered me is part of something that I'm working on, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times I take the onus of the triggering,
Mm-hmm.
and I just accept people for how they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, I'm so used to nobody taking, or I'm used to people not taking me into consideration. Because
Mm-hmm.
the truth of the matter is, when you're in a relationship with someone, whether it's a friendship or a romantic relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you make a choice on how you want to make space for this person in your life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
So that means if there's something that I do that irritates Kay, and in order for us to be able to have the relationship that we want as sisters, I have to make consideration. I have to be
Right.
compromising to be able to carve out this space that she needs so that, she can be comfortable in this relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tend to lead with what that person gonna do, what the fuck they gonna do, because their number one concern is always gonna be them.
Right.
And I have to remind myself that somebody being considerate of me does not take away from them being their number one concern.
Mm.
And I am deserving of someone being considerate of me
Amen.
because they want to, not because I have to make them do it.
Mm-hmm. But
But
I feel like even
sometimes,
in, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, but sometimes a lot of things, a lot of times people don't realize that you don't feel like they're making concessions for you or consideration of you or taking
Right.
time for you if you don't tell them that, hey, this made me feel X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I, once again, is something I've recently had to work with, because I will sit over here and I will write a dissertation. I'll record a voice memo talking through all my points, and the shit will go into the ethos and never be heard of again. I am queen of that shit. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the other party in these friendships and relationships because what because how can they know that something hurt me or that I felt slighted or anything if I don't tell them?
Mm-hmm.
Because I wear a very good mask majority of the time. So majority of the time it's very hard to tell when things have taken a turn for the worse for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's hard to tell when um my feelings are hurt or whatever the case may be. Because I'm gonna handle my shit behind closed doors, and when you see me, you know, we got the truth of the matter is we got the mask on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna handle this trigger. I'm gonna handle this sore. I'm gonna handle this hurt or whatever else I need to handle when it's just me, myself, and God.
True.
You know what I mean? Which, once again, like I said, it's not fair because I found that if I give people opportunities to correct not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
the wrongs, but to correct the behavior, that some people will show up and do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people will come through and do that shit. But it's the question of have I genuinely given someone the opportunity to do so?
Mm-hmm.
So
Because that's honestly, like I said, how I feel when it comes to like your friendships and your relationships. If that person loves and cares for you the way that they say that they do, and you say, hey, like transparent moment. Um, like my both of my best friends know about my miscarriage.
hmm
So the conversations around a lot of different things, they are very sensitive toward that, and they know it. They know around the time I had my car accident. They know around the time that that happened, and they're very conscious of it. And they both know that some things are very triggering. Now, do they have probably different conversations differently when I'm not around? Sure, because but when I'm around, it's like they know to be mindful of certain things because they know how I feel about it. If that makes any
hmm
sense. And it's like to me, if your friends or your partner or the person that you're talking to, if they're aware of it and they still treat it like, it's just something she needs to get over, nah, or something that they need to get over, or that's their problem, not mine. That's not your friend. That's not your partner.
right.
So that's just how I feel. If my friend come to me and tell me and say, "Hey, this makes me uncomfortable," I know you probably not doing it on purpose, but just want to say, "Hey, that kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable." And I like to me, I would rather know because I don't want to always be in a place where I'm making you feel uncomfortable and I don't know.
hmm
That's just like me keeping asking you to go dancing and I don't even know you missing three toes. I don't know. I ain't never seen you barefoot. That was so random.
Very. It
But I'm
was.
just saying, it's like if I know, I want to be conscious of it. And a person that
Right.
really loves with you and rocks with you and cares about you, they want to know because they want to be conscious of it.
Right. And which is one of the other parts of it is the realizing that, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, like I said, I lived in such a space of people not caring about, how things affect me
Mm-hmm.
and people not really caring about my, how I go through things or, you know, any of that. So it's easier to tell yourself the same story about somebody new in your life,
Right.
or somebody that's making an impact in your life when something happens that triggers you. It's easier to just tell yourself, yeah, I'll put on my own band-aid. I don't have to share this hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then now you get mad because the person has done this several times over. And all you doing is feeling more and more slighted. And it's like, but how can you feel slighted for something that they don't realize that they're doing? Now it's another thing if I'd have told you
Yeah.
and you continuously do the same shit over and over again. That's totally different. But can I genuinely be mad at you for doing something that hurts my feelings if you don't know it hurts my feelings?
But I feel like also sometimes you can tell the way a person responds when you do something too, or you say something. Like if you really paying attention to your friend and you say something and they give you that, like, or especially if you like me and you, like, I feel like we wear our facial expressions on our face. So it's like if if you said or did something and I say, or I tell you or something that I'm even uncomfortable with about myself, but you don't take regard to that and you keep doing it anyway, it's like, well, damn, okay. Um, I feel like that's just something about paying attention to your friend or your partner. It's like if I know that my partner is still self conscious about a certain thing about his body, I'm not gonna be the person that's gonna bring it up. Like, or I'm not gonna be the person that's saying, "Oh, well, you need to do this or you need to do that." I'll let them wait to come to me and say, how they
Hmm.
feel about it. But yeah.
Which, yeah, some of it has to do with, paying attention and being, attentive to the mannerisms of the people around you.
Hmm.
But once again, a lot of people are self-absorbed. A lot of people
True.
are out for self. And just
That's true.
like just like we can explain shit away for people, people can explain our behavior away. Oh, she probably just had a bad day. Oh,
Ask them.
what? But that requires communication,
Oh well, damn.
and
Then
we
what are we
know.
doing? What, not we, but what people? What are y'all doing then?
I mean, you can say we because baby, as slick as my mouth is, as limber as I am with the English language, right? There are moments in time where communication is not my strong foot, and a lot of it has to do once again with the way, me trying to express myself, me
Hmm.
trying to be vulnerable with somebody, and things of that sort have treated me in the past. And
Hmm.
it's like, it's once again, it's that muscle memory of, I don't want to have to go through this again, bruh.
Hmm.
I don't want to have to find out the hard way, because if I have to find out the hard way that you are not what I think you are not who I think you are, I just may spaz the fuck out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that it's such a hard thing to combat with, because it's like, I don't want, a lot of it has to do with you not wanting to break the facade that you've built up in the head, because let's be honest, we typically build a picture of people in our
Yes,
head.
we do.
You
Oh
know what I'm
my
saying?
god.
And I don't want you to crack this picture. I don't like, I need to hold on to this.
Some of them pictures needs to be cracked though.
They do. They
Especially
do.
because like the one of the last shows we had is like talking about delusion. Because sometimes we put these people in our head on this pedestal, especially people that we are engaging with romantically, and it's like at the end of the day, sometimes them people really ain't shit.
Fair.
And I would, they really not. Like I should have been stopped talking da 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 a long time ago, or I should have been let him go da 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 da. But I kept putting this
Right.
Delulu mask on because of the hopes that I have. And it's like
Hmm.
that person never showed up to the occasion. That person never did anything that, remotely of what they should have been doing. So it's
Right.
like, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like, nigga, I just want to be like, my man don't play about me.
Thank you.
My friends don't play about me.
Oh
You know what I'm
God,
saying?
Jesus.
Like,
Jesus. That's
and
all.
I want to be able to say that shit and mean it, because the moment you do some shit that make it look like you play about me, now I'm gonna have to play in your face. And I don't think nobody want me to play in their face, for real, for real. But it's like, as bad as I want that, the question is, am I going to allow somebody to be that?
And here's the thing. I think we both have the biggest fear of, like we said about, you is not gonna make me look crazy out here in these streets. You is not about to have me look crazy out in public. And I'm somewhere talking about my man, my man, my man. And then, here we go with the circus. Hell no.
Baby,
Nah.
don't.
That's that's
I'm
me
not.
right there.
I'm not the Barbara Shirley bitch. I'm not her.
Mm-mm.
You not calling me talking about some you found. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Your man was, girl, I was with your man on such a, baby, you
Mm-mm.
not calling me with none of this shit.
And that's why I
Don't do
say
that.
communication. Like, listen, we thinking about making this official. Whatever you do got on, and I've had this conversation before with somebody. I'm like, listen, if we talking about wrap it up, and so would I. Whatever you got going on, let's
That
go to
bitch
wrap
know
that
what it
up.
is.
Let's
Well,
go to wrap
my
that up.
my other
So
thing,
so
I
the
think
so the timeline will be timeline, and then today is da da
fair.
da da da. So if you talk to anybody else outside or after da 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 da, then we got a problem.
And here's the other thing. I've come to the point where I feel like when it's time for me to like get into my next relationship, it's gonna be like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not worried that anything is gonna happen point past the point of us making things official. What
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna do, I will happily lay all the tables out on all the cards out on the table,
Mm-hmm.
and because ain't nobody gonna be able to come and tell my man shit that didn't happen between me and them because
Mm-mm.
he gonna already know.
Thank you. And that goes with honest dating, like we always be talking about. Honest dating.
So that it's like
It's all
you're
so
not gonna be
simple and
like, oh,
complicated.
I was talking to her doing such and such time and da 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 da.
You gonna be like, I know.
Right? Okay. Did you enjoy the conversation?
Hello? He said, yeah, yeah, y'all went to what you call it, right? She said she ain't like the fries.
Exactly. Hmm. Oh yeah, you the one she called such and such. Yeah, yeah. That was a
I'm like, I
crazy
remember
story,
that.
my
We
boy.
talked about that. We talked about that.
Right. That was a
Oh
crazy
my God.
story.
That's how you dismantle people. That's how you dismantle that shit real quick.
Right. Which I don't think there's anybody from my past that would be bold enough to do no shit like that. Real talk. But just in case, my man will be fully prepared.
No, that's when all the people gonna come out the woodwork talking about, man, I used to like you something terrible. No, you didn't.
Right. I thought it was gonna be me. How? How,
Houseway.
sir? Make it
Houseway.
make sense. Cause I was telling my mama earlier today, baby, the worst message I hate on it is, "Hey, stranger,
Oh God.
you
You a
just
stranger
strange,
for a reason.
baby, strange your ass the fuck on somewhere."
Hello?
Listen, somebody messaged me on TikTok. It went to the request folder because we are not mutuals. And
Mm.
I'm looking at it, it is one of these pages where, bitch, you don't post none of your own content. You repost everybody else's content.
Ain't right.
And I'm sitting up here like, who the fuck is this? Talking about somebody I ain't talked to you in a minute, bitch.
There's a reason.
Who is you?
Hello?
And then they changed their name, and I saw them in my comments. I said, bingo, I know exactly who your rat ass is, and that's why the fuck
We
you
don't
gonna
talk.
watch exactly. You gonna watch from outside the club, bitch.
Listen.
Cause see, the thing is, little baby is blocked everywhere, and I think I
Mm-mm.
had blocked that. That I think that's a new page because that other page was blocked, bitch. And
Mm-mm.
now your ass has found my. I'm like, bitch, I ought to block this page too. But since you went through so much trouble,
So much trouble to find me.
welcome to the circus, my G.
That's crazy.
Welcome to the circus. But it is, yeah, nah, yeah,
Mm-mm.
mm.
Mm-mm.
I just know my man ain't gonna have to worry about this shit.
So, last question.
Hmm.
Do you feel like you are more triggered in friendships or are you more triggered in creating romantic bonds? And which
Mm.
one gets more passes than the other?
So at this current moment, I'll probably say romantic bonds. I'm definitely more triggered in.
Mhm. Same.
Um, and I think it's because I'm at the point of feeling ready for my next phase. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I've been finding myself being forced to work through
Mm-hmm.
things a lot more. Um, even down to sharing important information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, still struggle because it's finding that balance of how much is too much,
Right.
how much is just enough. But I feel like I give up. I give more passes than people realize in both friendships and romantic relationships.
Right.
Because when I fuck with you, whether it's romantically or platonically, when I fuck with you, I fuck with you the long way. And
Amen.
I do my best to mend whatever needs to be mended so that the
Mhm.
relationship can go on. But I'm never gonna beg nobody.
Amen.
The moment you feel you make me feel like my apologies, my efforts are not enough, and what you want is for me to be groveling on the floor for you,
Fuck you, bitch.
I'm gonna leave you right where you at. I'm good. I'm
Oh
with you.
God.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it. Because in my experience, the moment you see that, you feel like you can treat me any kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
and it ain't gonna be good for nobody if that's the case. But
Nope.
I'm such a forgiving person because I know I'm not without flaws.
Right.
And I overlook so much stuff because once again, a lot of times I understand that people make decisions based on their needs and wants first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always a thing of they purposely did not want to consider me
Mm-hmm.
or they purposely were pushing me to the side. It just so happened that whatever was going on in that situation that benefited them in that moment was more interesting, or it held more value than whatever we got going on,
That hurts
which
though.
it does.
That hurts though.
It does. I'm not gonna say it don't.
It hurts like a bitch sometimes though. I ain't gonna hold you.
And it'll make me reevaluate, and I may pull back a little bit, and
Same.
you know what I'm saying. But I tend not to like it until it's a consistency. Like until I realize that, oh no, you just really don't give a fuck. I tend to forgive people of a lot of that. I do. Because I'm like, everybody got their life, everybody got shit going
No, but
on.
listen. So just say when you feel like you just said when you talked about this, because now we just gonna get personal. I'm gonna tell all my business. So like, just like you just said, in said situation where you feel like a person, I won't say that they should be, that you feel like the level of love, the level of time that's been spent, the length of time that they should be considering you more, and they're not. And then so you start pulling back, and you feel like they can feel you start to pull back, and then all of a sudden it's like, um, hey. And it's like all of a sudden now you want to be more present, or you want to be more consistent in this and more consistent in that. And it's like, no, but I was about to skedaddle.
Right.
So it's like, do you stand on business note on the skedaddle, or you keep going back and playing this yo-yo emotion with your this yo-yo feeling with your emotions because they feel you pulling back, so they try to be more whatever or more worthy, more wordy about it, or the more whatever. And it's like, oh no, I think you doing this because you felt like I was about to depart, or I was about to take my energy away.
Right. I think those are the moments that you really have to sit down and evaluate. You have to ask yourself the question, like, did this person have a change of heart? Because once again, if you don't tell a person the things that they're doing that hurt you, majority of the time they won't know. That yes, they can feel your energy shift,
Yeah.
and then you have to ask your question. You have to ask the question: did they feel my energy shift in a sense of I need to keep holding you because of this energy, or because they genuinely value you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they want to make sure that everything is good. But and you can tell the difference because
Yep.
either they're gonna be like, "Hey, did something happen? Are we
Hmm.
good?" You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or all of a sudden they start trying to pull your energy back by just talking to you more and more without actually addressing any issues. They just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's
And,
a difference when you pulling away from a person and all they want to do, they just start calling you. They not asking, is everything okay? They
no.
not checking in to see what's going on. It's just I'm gonna just start bugging you more to make sure you don't sever your ties with me.
Because here's the thing, and I think we talked about this, and you said this too. Um, this is a terrible thing to say, and I hold all responsibility for it. But it's like I feel like in most of my I would say 80% of my bonds are not equally yoked. I would say I am majority of the giver,
Mhm.
um, the person that is initiating a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
And in this season, I pulled back a lot.
Mhm.
And it kind of allowed me to see a lot of different things.
Now, are we talking romantic, platonic, or both?
All around family,
Okay.
romantic, friends, lot.
Okay.
And it was like, so when it's not, and it goes back to the show that we had. It's like, those people still have that love for you if you did not arise the way that you do,
Mhm.
or if you don't show up the way that you do, or do they generally have a love and a care and a concern for you?
Mhm.
And it was very shocking. It's been very hurtful too, almost, because it's like, damn,
Right.
that's crazy. But
And the reason it hurts is because you would have never done them that.
no, but then I have to like take responsibility, because a lot, like I always say, like, to me, I never show that I need something, or I
True.
never show. I've allowed those bonds to be like that for a long time,
Mhm.
and it's like I had to look in the mirror for myself first. I didn't automatically blame people. But like I said,
Mhm.
I had to take responsibility for myself, because like I said, like we said, we're the friends that if you say da 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 right now, we trying to figure out how do we help you in the way that we can right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we talked about that in our show. And it's like, instead of you as a person, friend, family, or whatever, and you say that da 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 da, and I'll be like, oh man, that's terrible. It's like, don't nothing sparking you to have a sense of urgency. So at least either pray for that person, go send them, like go bring them something if you were close. Like nothing sparks in you to do anything, but to say that's crazy.
Right. And that's really what it be for some people. Because,
And I'm like, yeah, okay,
but also it goes into the hurt your own feelings, expecting you out of other people
that's true. And that's
situation.
why I said I had to take accountability for that, because at the end of the day, that word expectation that we talked about before, and it's like, but I sometimes want to have an expectation for some people, and
Yeah.
that hurts that sometimes that I can't,
Right.
because it's like we
Yeah.
talked about on the show. It's like, why don't you want to do that though? Why don't
But
you want to do that?
but the truth, one of the biggest things is what you just said for me is I rarely allow people to show up for me.
I'm the same
I
way.
I have not cultivated space all the time for
Hmm.
people to show up for me. 9 times out of 10, the situation is already done and handled
Yep.
by the time. Like I literally, what I had going on, right?
Hmm.
My brother called me yesterday. So it's like that now. I said, what? Why you ain't called to tell me? Hey, yo, first off, nigga, I just didn't want to talk about it. And plus, your mama got a big mouth. I knew she was gonna tell. So I knew
um,
she had my bases covered. The truth of the matter, you know what I'm saying? I was like, she gonna tell because she can't hold water, baby. She hold water like a basket with holes in it. It just
wait, is she
love.
still there? Why is she still there?
No, they at the hotel.
Okay.
But I've also said this to her, so it's nothing she ain't never heard before. Cause I be like, lady, you can't hold
I'm
water.
about to say, she's
You know what
sorry,
I'm saying?
mama. Mama, she's sorry.
No, I'm
She's
not, cause
sorry.
I'm telling the goddamn truth, and she knows it. That's why cause even she said when I told him when I told her what he said when he called me, she
Hmm.
was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you just assumed I was gonna tell him I did because you tell everything.
Yeah. True.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I struggle with. Once again, it just goes
Hmm.
back to I'm just so used to
Hmm.
calling on people, or
Yeah,
being vulnerable with somebody, and basically just being the equivalent of being left on red.
true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, bitch, why the fuck will I keep putting myself in this situation so that my feelings can get hurt?
Hmm.
Because when it comes to me, everybody be like, nigga, fuck you, you got it, you good.
Girl, I don't
Right.
care what the f I got. Do something. Like, and
The
I hate to, and that's why I say I hate to say that out loud, and I hate to feel that way. But it's like, yes, are you the woman? Also, yes, that's gonna handle it by yourself. Yes, but I would love for the person that keeps saying that they love me, or that person that swear up and down, da 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 da.
right.
Like, so when I finally did get that, I was nervous as a bitch.
Child.
It's like when I finally did get that, I was like,
Might as well do this. No, okay.
I got the manual to the other kind, but
Like I missed the memo on this
I
one.
feel like
What
that
is
needs to be
happening?
another show of how to receive love and not be afraid when you receive the things you've been praying for.
I mean, fair, because that is probably one of the hardest things after
Hmm.
going after being in a situation of being depleted of all your love,
Yes.
steady being drained of everything that you have to give to somebody,
Hmm.
and nobody pouring back into you.
That's
Baby, it's side eye to everything that feels like, look,
baby.
where you came from, who the
Why
fuck
you
sent
doing
you,
this?
right?
Is you trying to set me up for
Right, where is Ashton Kutcher? Because you gotta be pranking me.
And
What?
again, that's why I said I wanted to take a moment for myself because I don't want to lose a blessing. And I felt like every trauma thing in me was like trying to be rebellious.
Hmm.
And now you just acting out because you are more, you don't want to let go of this stuff, or you do want to let go of it, but you scared to let down these walls and all this other stuff. But thank God a person is patient enough to say, okay, you do what you got to do for you for a moment.
Right.
You want to work on you. You want to do this. You want to fix this. You want to do whatever. It's like, well, okay, I respect that. But pretty much it felt like, well, bitch, don't wait too long.
It's like, but you don't understand.
Like, that's why I
Listen,
say, people,
it's
stop trying. When I be trying to tell people, I don't want to talk to nobody. You don't want this smoke. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
I do think people think I be bullshitting, and I be like, baby, I'm gonna just stretch
You
you
do
out and
not
give
want
you
these problems.
heartburn. I'm gonna stretch
Mm-mm.
you out and give you heartburn. Just don't. Oh, you ain't gonna stress me out. Y'all think this shit cute.
It's not. But again, would you want a woman that is actually trying to do that, or you want these women that's out here now that just want to keep going from body to body, body to body, and use you to whatever? Like, la. I am very conscious about everything inside of me that is amazing, and that everything inside of me that need work.
Hmm.
That's why I say, like, work in progress.
Baby, 100% work in progress. I'm just out here trying.
Hmm. And that's the key word, though. Don't stop trying. Don't stop trying to grow. Because I mean, out of all the things that we've said today, you still got to give yourself a round of applause for the growth that you have had. And like, even your moments, you be like, friend, guess what? I would have made you proud. And you have to give yourself flowers and give yourself a pat on the back because you have in a lot of different ways,
Let me
and
try.
are growing. And I feel like, and same thing like I said, like when I shared with you before, what I shared with you before, you already know what before. It's like I can't wait for the many blessings that God has for you, and I pray that He continues to give you the desires of your heart because you're very well deserving of them. And I'm gonna stop now because she don't like to be put on the spot like that. But that's my prayer for my friend because she deserve it.
And same, and 100% same. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because loving again, being vulnerable again, after dealing with someone or some people who did everything that they could do to break you
Break you. Mm-hmm.
and wanted to leave you broken and destitute and just incapable
Mm-hmm.
of being happy. To fight through all of that and get to a place of being like, you know what, fuck that. Like, yes, I
Mm-hmm.
want to love again. Yes, I want to give myself to somebody again.
Mm-hmm.
And then finding the person that you want to do that with
Oh, Jesus.
is crazy work. Because now, are these my desires? Am I tricking myself? Baby,
Anxiety. That's what I say. If you ain't got,
the
listen, if you ain't got no anxiety with the
overthinking,
person you dealing with, you don't like them like that. I don't care what nobody
the
say.
overthinking is real,
It's so
bruh.
real. It's so
It's
real.
child, the mental gymnastics that be happening. I get sick and tired of myself
Let me
sometimes.
tell you, and we talked about this before. I would go through a whole day spaz in my head just because somebody sent me a song. I'd be like, did he mean this? Did he mean this figuratively? Literally? Is he just how he thinking? Maybe he was just listening to the song. Maybe he was in the store
Right.
when the song came on.
Right, he
I
just
just be sitting
started
there
he
like,
started
girl, just enjoy the damn song. You done went through like 50 million things in your head. You ain't even listened to the song yet.
You basing it all off the title of the goddamn song. You about to take a deep dive off a cliff.
It's like, oh my God, Lord help me. Lord help me.
Yeah, nah. It's a time to be alive, okay? A time to be alive.
You want to wrap it up, Miss Mamas?
Yeah, we gonna wrap this motherfucker up. We thank y'all for kicking it with us yet again. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
y'all get to learn a lot about us, Jesus. Help the children.
Uh-huh.
It's so much. We answer so many questions and probably still leave so many things blank. And I love that for us. Um,
So many. It be like y'all. It's like y'all be reading chapter one. Don't be hurting yourself now. And then skip to seven, then kind of go back to three, and then go back to eight, and then go to the end of the book.
it's 50 11 tabs open. You just gotta find out where the music coming from. Don't worry, it's okay.
Oh
Um,
God.
but y'all know y'all can find all our information in the description box below. Make sure you getting them seasonings for your food. Make sure you get, the books. I got some new merch I'm working on. So keep an eye out on thequeendom.com. Y'all can catch us here every Thursday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Tell a
Mm-hmm.
friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to join
Mm-hmm.
y'all on the next one. And we got some really good topics coming up down the pipeline for y'all. If y'all got some things that y'all want us to talk about, make sure y'all hit us up at Irene and K unscripted at gmail.com. And then every other Tuesday, y'all can find me here on YouTube under the Queendom.
Go
Where we
watch them
talk,
last episode, but go watch every episode. But them last ones,
yeah, we talked about pet play this past Tuesday. That shit was
yes.
crazy.
With her
That,
gorgeous, gorgeous co-hosts for that
yeah,
episode, girl.
that was a long episode. I typically keep that show to an hour, baby. We went past an hour,
Of course, but
and,
it was good
and that was
topic. It was a good show though.
it was. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
But God,
And then, of course, on Wednesdays is Black Girls React with
Black
myself,
Girls React.
Shay Butter Baby, Chase, and Nate Boogie with the motherfucking hoodie. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all keep up with everything that we got going on. Once again, everything is linked in the description box below. You got anything you want to tell the people?
Um, thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all if y'all watching the replay because I do realize that some people be watching replay. We just ask that you, like she said, share, like, comment. And thank you for being part of the foundation of Irene and K Unscripted. Because y'all gonna look back a year from now and be like, I was there in the beginning.
I saw them when they first started. Oh my
I know.
god.
Like I remember that them bitches that blew up and did. But that's all I got. And thank y'all so much. Love y'all down. And that's it. We see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.